that should I say, this is the time that we have placed to remember Jesus' death, burial, and resurrection. But we still want to let you know that there were some things that went on before he got there. And if you don't mind, I'd just like to read a few scriptures in the book of St. John, the 12th chapter. St. John, the 12th chapter. Drop down to the 23rd verse. And it reads from the King James Version, and Jesus answered them, saying, the hour is come, that the Son of Man should be glorified. Verily, verily, I say unto you, except a corn of wheat fall into the ground and die, it abideth alone. But if it die, it bringeth forth much fruit. He that loveth his life shall lose it, and he that hateth his life in this world shall keep it unto life eternal. If any man serve me, let him follow me. And where I am, there shall also my servant be. If any man serve me, him will my Father honor. Now is my soul troubled. And what shall I say? Father, save me from this hour. But for this cause came I unto this hour. Father, glorify thy name. Then came there a voice from heaven saying, I have both glorified it and will glorify it again. You may be seated. What happened on Jesus' way to this hour? Well, if you don't mind, that was in chapter 12. If you don't mind, I just want to tell you a few things that happened while he was on his way to this hour. But I had to go back a few chapters and bring you up to it. One of the things that happened was that a woman was caught in the very act of adultery. And they brought her unto Jesus. And they told Jesus that this woman was caught in the act of adultery. Now, the first problem with that is that they brought the woman, but where's the man? They didn't bring the man with the woman. Wow. And they tried to trick Jesus into saying things one way or another. And they said, Moses gave us in the law that she should be stoned. What do you say? And Jesus didn't say anything and knelt down and began to write on the ground. I don't know what he wrote. Nobody knows what he wrote in the dirt, but he looked up and said, he, without sin, cast the first stone. And he knelt back down and began to write again in the dirt. And while he was writing, the Bible said that they began to leave one by one, starting from the oldest down to the youngest. And when he looked up, there wasn't nobody around him but he and the woman, and he said, where is thine accuser? She said, I don't know, I have none. He said, neither do I. But go and sin no more. But on his way to this hour, he stopped long enough to tell a group of folks that I am the light of the world.
All right.
He said, if you believe in me, believe also in my Father. He said, he that followed me shall not walk in darkness, but shall have the light of life. When we follow Christ, we don't have to worry about things sneaking up on us.
All right.
He will make sure it's bright enough for us to see. While he was walking to this hour, he stopped long enough to heal a blind man that was blind from his birth.
All right.
And somebody asked the question, was this man blind because of his sin, of his parents' sin, because he was blind from birth? Which one of them sinned, the mother or the father? Jesus said neither one sinned. He was born this way that the Father in heaven will be glorified. You have to understand that some things that happen in our life, it don't happen because we sin, it happens to glorify God.
Yeah.
And he stopped long enough to heal the blind man. He spit in the clay. I'm glad the man couldn't see, because then he might not got healed.
Right.
But he spit in the dirt and made clay out of the dirt and rubbed it on the man's eyes and told him to go down to the pool of Siloam and wash.
Yes.
And after he washed, he came back seeing.
All right.
Now the ruler wants to know, okay, who made you to see? Is not he that was blind from birth? How did you get your sight? And all the man said, well, there was a man told me to go down to the pool of Siloam after he anointed my eyes with mud, and I can see.
All right now.
So they asked him the question now is this the Messiah? Is this Jesus Christ? He said, I don't know who he is, but whoever he is, all I know is I was blind, but now I see.
Yeah.
Too many folks want to get in depth about who Jesus is.
All right now.
You have to understand that long as you know he works in your life,
That's right. That's it.
don't worry about a whole lot of other things.
All right.
While he was on his way to this hour, he took time out to tell some more folks that I am the good shepherd. There were some more folks that came before me, but they were liars. No man cometh unto the Father but by me.
All right.
He said, I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd is a shepherd that will die for the sheep.
Yeah.
Nobody else wanted to die for you, but I came to die for you. He said that no matter what anybody else say, I am the shepherd.
All right.
I am the good shepherd.
Yes.
I am the door. Nobody can get in the house until you come through the door. If you come any other way, you're a thief and a robber.
Yeah.
While he was on his way to this hour,
All right.
he said, the thief cometh not but for to steal and to kill and to destroy. I am come that you might have life, and that they might have it more abundantly. If he come to give us life, then why are we so sad?
That's right.
Why are we frowning all the time?
Yeah.
Why are we giving up all the time?
Yeah.
Why are we dismayed and feel like nothing is going to be right in our life, that we're not going to accomplish anything, when he have come to give us life and life more abundantly? He wants us to be a joyful Christian.
Yeah. Right.
He wants us to hear his voice.
Yeah.
For he said, my sheep know my voice,
Uh-huh.
and another they won't hear.
Yeah.
On his way to this hour, they tell me that he stopped by Lazarus' house. Him and his boys was out in the field.
All right.
And Mary and Martha sent a message to Jesus that Lazarus was sick. And he told his boys that he was sick. They said, well, if he's sick, he'll be all right. He'll get better. And then he made it plainly. Lazarus is dead. We got to go see him.
All right.
When he got to Mary's and Martha's house, Martha met him first. She ran and called him and said, now Lazarus is dead if you had been here. And this is what a lot of our problem. We think that when stuff happens, Jesus ain't there. You know how to know and believe that if he said, I'll never leave you, nor forsake you, he's still there. Just because trouble comes, don't mean he's not there. You just have to trust in him to know that he's going to take care of whatever's going on. And he asked Martha, he said, don't worry about it, you'll see him again. She said, yeah, I know I'm going to see him again in the resurrection. And that's where a lot of folks think that all their blessings come when we get to glory. I got news for you. Jesus want to bless you down on this side. All you got to do is receive the blessing and know it's coming. But he goes to where